Hello and welcome to this cryptocurrency technical analysis where you can already guess, my friends, what's going to be happening next. And yes, you're correct. I knew you knew. And we are going to be jumping into the Bitcoin charts together. I'll be going through my current trades, the next targets that I have, and exactly what I'm looking for next, as well as always giving you the most important levels you need to be aware of right now. I'm going to live this video. I'm going to love this video. I'm going to live and love it at the same time. And this is the motto that we are going to follow together. Read or listen. Oh, I'm just very happy. What can I say? Listen to these words and let's live through it together. Okay? You reap what you sow. Yeah, that sounds good, right? No, what I'm trying to say here is we absolutely create our own luck. Nothing in life is by an accident, okay? If we really want to have good luck, we need to do good things. We really reciprocate exactly what we give, okay? So what we give to others, we get back in abundance, right? So my mission of this video is to give back to you the best technical analysis. You're going to see the most accurate levels that are available on the internet. I'll be providing you in this video. And that's going to be my good deed of the day. I want to make some smiles and let's get some profits. So with that said, that's my little bit of an intro. As you can probably tell, I'm extremely happy. I'm just loving this year already. Big market opportunities to come, and let's take full advantage getting into the analysis. So I want to pick up, first of all, as always, I'm going to talk you through the last few days of price action, and then I'm going to be moving on to what's happening now and what we're looking at next. Okay, so as always, picking up right where I left off the last video, and I had two key levels on the chart, right? This one was very good. This key level here, 16,766. That was the key level that I gave you next to the downside. And our level above us was that daily zone. So we had the key zone below us and this daily zone above us. Two levels, which I very much hope you marked on the charts. Why, ladies and gentlemen? Because that was the very low of the move. So when we zoom in here, we can see, let me just mark on the chart that level just so you can see it visually where it was. So as I was saying there, that was 16,766, 16,766. Okay, you can see if you paid attention to that video, after that video was made, it took a few hours, but we came down to touch that key level absolutely perfectly. Okay, so it's like I told you all over on Twitter. I hope that you paid attention to that because we have now finally hit that level and that gave us a good long entry. What is the target? It's going to be back above that daily, right? But that was just proof in the pudding once again that, you know, the levels that I'm giving here are very well respected. That was a large drop waiting for that, and then it's not just the large drop waiting for it, it's actually then being able to absolutely nail that low. And while I'm talking about this, I just want to just say thank you ever so much for all of the comments that you gave me on that last video. I'm reading every single comment that I get. I'm trying to reply. I'm trying my hardest to find the time to reply to you just because I truly appreciate everything that you are doing. Like the comments, this is why I do this. I love to see the feedback. I love to see people being able to make profits off of this. It's absolutely wonderful. And these are just a handful of the comments that I received in a row. And, you know, I mean, yeah, if you're inclined, you can pause the screen and read them. But from my end, I just want to say thank you ever so much for all the support, all the love, and, you know, all the positivity that we are gaining traction here. You know, through the course of this start of this year, it's been absolutely wonderful. And I just want to say big shout out to you watching this video, you watching this. I want to shout you out. I want to say thank you from my part. And I want to say you're doing the right thing. You're on the right steps. You're taking the right course of action. By watching this video, you are going to be learning, you're going to be understanding, and you're going to be ready for the next move ahead of you. I hope that I prepared you with that one, as it did give us the low. And I want to just say this, if you thought that was good, I gave you the zone there on the low of Bitcoin, which if you longed it, absolutely you would have made profits. But I wanted to take this one step further and show you exactly what I actually posted to my group. Of course, that trade was the low and ended up to the high. And that was very accurate indeed, right? Within 0.5% of, sorry, 0.05% of the low. I actually want to show you this post which I made inside of my group. Of course, we were talking about that fractal, right? And I understood the fractal would bring us down to around that low. And I actually then went on to give this anchored VWAP, okay? So this is an anchored VWAP that I gave to my team. I said this low is the low that we cannot be breaking. Okay, you can see the exact candle, which is not randomness. I'm taking this exact anchored VWAP. Okay, this is a skill, and I want to show you the results of this anchored VWAP that I gave to my team before the move down happened. Okay, this is how the result turned out. There's the anchored VWAP, and that was the play out. We actually went on during the course of that day to bottom out, just as when we were hitting the low of that key target, which I gave to you free to the public. The level which I gave to my group of the anchored VWAP being the most important level was actually the exact dollar low, the exact dollar low. I actually went on to say to everybody, look at that. Yeah, anchored VWAP was the exact dollar low. It was absolutely crazy. Yep. Absolutely beautiful if I say so myself, but you can see there, look where the anchored VWAP starts, exact same placement. And yeah, that was the exact dollar low. So I mean, like right now this year, I'm just absolutely loving it. Absolutely loving it, my friends. I really am. And what did that give us? Well, after hitting that anchored VWAP, which, as I mentioned there, was the dollar low, we actually then got a very nice, well, of course, from the low, we had the long setup originally, right? And then from that long setup, it brought us up in price. And then this is what ended in a failed auction. Okay, so we had the failed auction then of this high. For me, the failed auction, of course, is a bearish setup. And funnily enough, actually, this is the exact setup that I was covering in my last Contenders live stream, the failed auction. And then we actually had a failed auction live in front of our eyes. It was beautiful, if I say so myself. But this is a failed auction, ladies and gentlemen. We come up and we spend some time above the level before coming back down. As soon as we come back down, this was the new short setup. This was the entry trigger to take that short. This is the exact theory that I taught, and it's the exact reason why we took this trade. It was a short setup based off of the failed auction. So, ladies and gentlemen, we come down, we took the low, we tapped the key level, we hit the VWAPs, and we made a new high, a new rise and high in price. Actually, would like to try and find this post where I was talking about this. I'll try and find it very briefly. Yeah, here we go. So at the time while we were obviously looking for those lower prices, we had the ES dropping too. This is just so you can kind of get into my head of what exactly we're looking at here. And you know, when we actually had hit that VWAP, when we had hit that key level of support, I did tell my team very clearly, you know, this is a brilliant bounce, and I am expecting us to get above that daily. Okay, everything is brilliant. You gotta, you know, this is what I mean by inspiring people and giving them the confidence to, you know, not only take these long trades along with me, which I know people did. It's then understanding, let's hold it to the target. Where is our target? It's above the daily. We got to remain patient and, you know, really stay on top of our trade. We got to get involved and get onto that daily. Okay. And then for me, after seeing the reaction and, you know, coming up to our first touch, I took an initial short position. I'd really love to explain this because it did end in a loss. So as you can see here, I tell my team, very nice reaction off of the daily here, and I'm going to take another short trade. For me, this was my target hit of the long, which was off of the key zone that I was giving, as well as, you know, if you're in the group, it was a little bit more accurate. But the exact dollar low long, I then had the target of the long at the daily. We hit the target and I took a short position, and I told my team I've took that short position. That short position ended, stopped out. I did lose that swing failure pattern trade. Why? Because price came up and it hit the daily, come back down, and then it ended taking the high once more. Okay, so I did get stopped out of that swing failure pattern trade, and I did lose that trade. I then had to remain patient for another short trade, which was either a failed auction or simply higher. And in the end, we got that failed auction, okay? Coming back into this range confirmed for me a new short trade. I had no fear of taking that. I had seen the setup, I had had the confirmation, and I confirmed it. I had now a new short trade entry based off of that failed auction. And of course then, I'm going to be looking for this decrease in price. Once I'm in that trade, of course, I have to remain patient, and patient I remained. And now finally, we are getting this decrease in price. Okay, so I still hold that short from the failed auction. And now we've got our next level to the downside, which I'm going to start to talk about next. Okay, so I hope that you've enjoyed this, 10 or so minutes talk through of how we timed that low, how we then had to remain patient once being in that trade. I made it very clear to my team, I'm remaining in this long, remaining patient. I want to see the daily. We hit the daily. Absolute wonderful profits on the long. Now I've took a short. I got stopped out that first short, so I took a loss. I then re-entered the short after the failed auction, and now I'm looking to take it down, right? And down we're getting. So I hope that you enjoyed that walkthrough. And now, yeah, as mentioned, I'm going to talk you through what I'm looking for next. Before I move on to exactly what's happening now and next, I want to do one quick announcement. And that is, if you're interested in trading, if you're interested in investing, then I have just done another live stream, literally just before this one, on the stock market, where actually we went through dividend paying stocks. And so this is, if you don't know, dividends are basically something that, imagine like staking on an altcoin. If you hold an altcoin and you stake it, they give you basically some extra profits, right? They give you some extra earnings. And a dividends is essentially the same. You buy and hold a stock and they will pay you dividends. So I enjoy dividend paying stocks because it's passive income. It's easy income. You just hold the stock and they will pay you. So I said to my team today, hey, let's go through the best, or recommend me your best dividend paying stocks. And I went through about 10 to 15 different stocks, going to make this into a bit of a series. So if it's of interest to you, not only the cryptocurrency market, but also, other markets outside of crypto, looking at specifically here at, legacy markets and the stock market. If that is of interest to you, finding these golden little coins, not even coins, stocks, that can be performing very well throughout 2023, well, I've just done that live stream for you over at chartchampions.com. That's for the champions, and that are my stock picks there of 2023. So if that's of interest, you can get that over on the website. And the second announcement that I would like to do is remind you that we have a new way of the contenders videos now. So this is something that we are very proud and happy of, and this is, we've totally reworked the way we do our contenders videos. They're no longer these 1-2 hour long videos. It's a condensed all the information that you need in a very efficient way. Pre-recorded video supplied to you, all the information, all the techniques, all the theory, and then giving some examples as well. And now we've gone from a 2 hour long video to managing to condense this in a much more professional, thought through, revised manner. And we're giving this out in under, this video, for example, in under 15 minutes. This is much more efficient for the learner. It's a much better way to be learning, and this is our new and improved service for the contenders and of course the champions, and it's the new way that we're releasing content throughout 2023 and onwards. So this is a very big improvement that we have made, and that's just a reminder to you, if you want to get involved in the new content that we got going on this year, then that is now changed and available on the website. So as I promised you, I'm going to end by talking you through what I'm looking at next. So as mentioned, I'm in that short from the failed auction. Okay, my next major level below me is this daily. Do I think this daily acts as an exact dollar bounce? No, my answer would be no. I really don't think so. What we can be aware of, okay, there's a few things I'm going to be aware of here. First of all, that we've just come through to CC. So this was obviously our swing failure pattern of this prior low, which also was a valid long trade, by the way, but of course would be now stopped out. And we're through then the CC simultaneously. So for me, yeah, this daily is a next level to the downside. Personally, I'd like to see lower than the daily. I'd like to see that daily broken and head down lower, to be honest with you. But that would be my next immediate level here to the downside, this daily pivot. Okay, then if we start to break through that, well, this whole section here, as you just saw, we have like the 1-to-1 below. We do have a little bit of a naked point of control just below as well, so 16,625-ish. You can mark out these levels. So that basically what I'm saying here is this is a zone from here and below, just here. We actually have our first zone of support. Okay, so that's something to be aware of. You have a few different things: the 1-to-1 extension, that daily NPOC, the daily itself. Okay, so the target for me at the moment is lower, right? If we obviously break through this zone, then I'd be looking back down towards sort of 16,500, 16,550, where we have obviously this really nice confluence zone here, okay, which would also line up with around the CC from that bigger low to the bigger high, okay. So this for me would be our bigger support level. Okay, so actually you can see I'm in a short and I'm looking for lower here. That doesn't mean, I want to just emphasize this because it's my duty as your mentor to make sure you understand. Just because I'm in a short and I'm looking for lower does not mean that has to come, right? Just as when I took my first short here off the swing failure pattern, didn't have to win. I got stopped out, I took the loss. Wasn't affected, I took another short, well, now I'm winning. Okay, so like I'm still in that short from the high, and now what I'm looking at is lower, looking for that take profit. But where am I wrong? Where can I be invalidated and say price now no longer has the highest probability of going down? I need to react to what's happening and trade the charts. And that is the information that I'm going to supply you with next. What we can be saying to ourselves is, if we reclaim a key level of resistance, then that probability of hitting the daily is greatly decreased. First of all, the simplest way I'd be looking is this previous range POC, right? So if we start to reclaim 16,840, then this probability of lower is greatly decreased. And that would be a total invalidation, in my opinion, if we reclaim and hold the value area high as support. So if we start to hold really this 16,880 as support, then it is invalidated that trade, in my opinion, of hitting the daily. Okay, so as a trader, I need to know why I enter the trade. I need to know my target and take profits. I need to know my invalidation. And I need to know when the probabilities change, when there's no sense in me holding on to that bias and trade anymore. And I must react to new data that's come in and new evidence on the chart and react to that accordingly. So thus, I now have my setup. I have my plan. I have executed it. I am now monitoring and actively, looking at the chart to see if the probabilities change, which at the moment they haven't. And I still am looking for lower here locally. Okay, then maybe we hit this support and get a lovely bounce. But for now, I'm going to remain patient, and I've explained to you even the invalidation of where I'd be wrong in that analysis. And once again, as a trader, I'll take wins, I'll take losses. I can be wrong, I can be right. Okay, the most important thing is sticking to my risk management and keeping up with this lovely win rate that we're on right now. Okay, so even if we're looking for this 60-70% win rate, this is absolutely perfect. And of course, our winners are, let's say, for an example, let's say for every win, we win $10. For every loss, we lose $1. Even with a low win rate, then we're obviously, very, very happy with the results of that. But that's just a hypothetical example sort of thing. We want to keep on focused on like our win rates on the long process over time and, sticking to that risk management in trades. So yeah, as I mentioned, if you're interested in more, I've got the stock picks over on the website. I've got the new videos of the failed auction. And this was actually one that we noticed. This was a prediction that I gave back in August in my group. And I actually remembered this as I was going through this video, that this was a short trade on Apple, which you can see has played out absolutely wonderfully, by the way. But this just goes to show that even on some of the biggest markets in the world, they're respecting technical analysis. This was quite brilliant. But yeah, that was back in August, recognizing that on Apple, that resistance and how it played out was quite brilliant indeed. So if you want to get involved on this, you know what to do, chartchampions.com. I ended with a nice, run through inspirational speech at the end of this video. And I think I'll do one for the public here as well. And that is simply this. I hope that first of all, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I truly, keeping it very professional, first of all. The content that we're giving you is truly this is our life's work, right? I've dedicated my life to trading. I truly have. And, I've made a lot of sacrifices and lost a lot of people along the way, right? But this is my life. Like, I love trading. This is who I am and like what I do. Trading is me. I am trading, sort of thing. Like, I've dedicated everything to this. And for me to now like give back and share, naturally, I want to do this in the best way possible and being able to support and help the most amount of people. For me, this is an absolute blessing. And I truly feel privileged and lucky to be in this position. And that first of all, I just want to say that if I'm able to help you, for me, that is a very good day and a very big mission complete. So I truly hope that you not only enjoy, but also really truly do benefit from not only the free here YouTube videos, but if you're in the course, and I hope that you are loving it every second of the way. And then moving on to this is, like I was saying to my team in the video, maybe I'm going to repeat something slightly here, but it's 2023 for me is this year of big focus, big positivity, and a lot of energy. Okay. Why? Because, well, as many of you know, in 2022, Chart Champions had major downturns. Okay, we went through a lot of, I totally agree, like we had through a lot of negative stages, right? Okay, we went through a lot of negativity, and that was because we became too complacent, I believe, and we kind of become, unfocused. It's as simple as that, unfocused. I was taking breaks, and it was not good. It's not where I want to be at. And 2022, we had to go through a lot of, fixes, listening to your feedback, understanding where we're going wrong and what we need to improve on. And 2022 was obviously acknowledging our mistakes and then acting upon it. And I think you can see for yourself through the content that we're providing, the changes that we've made. We've implemented every single bit of feedback that you wanted and more. And, we've now fixed a lot of things in 2022. That also comes under like the management, right? Our staff, we've had to get rid of some people and get new faces in to, really help fix the major problems that we had going on. And so we've really listened to feedback, we've changed structure, we've made a lot of positive changes. And that was like 2022. And it so happened to coincide with 2023 is now the start of the new year. And I feel that we've now spent a lot of time and energy on fixing those mistakes, and our 2023 is like a clear, bright future where we can advance and work on new things. And it's lovely for us to say that the start of 2023 coincided with the new way that we're doing our contenders videos. We're very proud and happy of that, and just how 2023 I think is going to be this year where I myself am more motivated than ever. I've got a lot of reasons and motivation to really work extremely hard this year, push on for more, and just be able to give back to more people. And for me, this is, well, I guess it's not really about like the amount of people, but it's the it's the quality of service that we can give and really actually truly benefit the lives of other people. And that's, this is a sensation that money can't buy, right? When people are really giving you that lovely type of feedback, it's something that really truly warms my heart, and something that I very much want to see and help more people in this year. I'm going to stop saying the date, but yeah, I just want to end with that. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope that maybe you watch these videos for the inspiration, or to show you that it's possible, or maybe you just want to be a part of the community of other traders that are alongside you in the same journey, learning and improving themselves and wanting more from their life. So wherever you are, I hope that you've enjoyed. And I'm going to stop also saying that. And yeah, I just truly want you to know I appreciate everything. I feel never will take anything for more, never going to take anything for granted. I learned a lot in 2022. I truly learned a lot. I made some of the biggest mistakes in my life. I trusted a lot of people, and I got backstabbed very hard as well. And so I've just learned a lot from myself. I've learned a lot about business, and I've learned a lot about, keeping focused and doing the right thing. And I think if you think like that, and if you just do good things and you focus on being helpful and positive, then naturally the world is just going to come back and give to you without wanting. If you do good things, you will, one would hope, receive good things back. And I've noticed that. I truly have noticed that. So yeah, thank you once again from the bottom of my heart. I hope you've enjoyed the analysis. I hope you've understood the levels, and let's look what we're looking for next. Then we'll either be waiting for this next drop to the downside to the zone I've mentioned, or we can start to look for a reclaim of our resistance into the support. The first one I would mention more locally is obviously our previous range value area low. If we do get acceptance into that, then there's a higher probability of hitting that value area high. So let's remember that. Let's not get fixated on downside. Let's trade the charts, be open to what's to come, and let's just absolutely enjoy it and stick onto the focus of winning more trades and making more money. Thank you ever so much, everybody. I'll catch you in the next one. That's me signing out. Goodbye, everybody. Cheers. Have a good weekend and rest of the week, next week to come. Thank you. And well, actually, I'll end with the legal trade disclaimer, right? No financial advice in this video, just an entertainment, educational video only. Trades on paper, demo trade. Thank you and goodbye.